Good afternoon. Thank you for stopping by Healing Conversations with Z. I'm Zuri BB and I'm back. Um, I'm gonna, It's a couple of messages coming in, but I had recently just did a video about music and time. And then I started listening to some music because that's what I like to do. I like to listen to music. I don't just listen to anything. I don't listen to the dangerous music for me. Everybody has their own parameter of what's healthy and not healthy. Everybody's capability of that is different. But the song I was listening to made me think about something. It made me come to a realization. Not that I didn't before, but the music helped me put it to a better spin. In my younger years, um, because of being manipulated and I didn't know it, I would always ask for validation outside of myself. Of how did I look, blah blah blah, the usual girl stuff. I mean, I felt that I looked good, but I would look to old um, people that the past people that I had been spending time with, how I looked, and because I was comparing myself to others when actually I didn't need to. But just before I turned this video on, I played a song that I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And the realization while the song was playing was like, that's me talking to me. That is how I really felt. But for some reason, I was looking to somebody else to tell me that back in the day. Because I don't ask Divine Masculine how I look anymore. I know he looking at other people. It is what it is. I don't really care about that anymore. In the past, it used to bother me. It used to make me feel some kind of way. I don't care. Um, what was I gonna say? I don't care because if he really wanted to be over there with them people, he would be there with those people. I would not be here. That's the realization. He knows that. I know that. He liked to do it. Okay, whatever. That's what you want to do. That's your pastime. Um, it is what it is. We've come to a sort of understanding of boundaries. I'll put it that way because I was looking at some of the readings that I was having, and boundaries kept coming up. And everybody has a boundary. I don't want to control that man, and I don't want him controlling me. And so I guess spirit, because I've been talking about it. I'm saying, look, this is not who I am. I'm not trying to make nobody do nothing that they want. If he don't want me around him, send me back home. If I don't want him to be around me, then let me send him somewhere else. I've gone through all of that. Spirit has said, nope, this is what it's gonna be. So and it's funny because as soon as I started doing all that, he moved closer. Um, he's been It's been over a year. He's been here longer than a year now. Closer to me. Um, but that's neither here nor there. But the boundary within. I guess what I'm trying to say is when you're in close proximity with an individual, whether it's him being here and me being at my place or whatever, or me being in his place and we're in the house at the same time, there are boundaries. He had a life before he met me, and I had a life before I met him. And just because we've decided to, in the middle, I guess that's what we're doing now, in the middle of melding this togetherness together. It's not like he's just with me and bump all those other people. You still have an individual life. It's still like that. Man, I'm gonna have to reshuffle these anyway. Let me see if I can. I should have put this Lover's card in this deck is real. It is deep. There it is. It's deep because you're both individuals you still have an individual life before you met. It's just that you're melding, you're merging together. And this is where you all are together as in, you're as a couple. This is where the couple is. And, when you get in this spot where let me move it closer. I can't see it now, but if you look, there are, what do you want to call them? Pricks. Prickle, where you can get stuck and hurt. And I think that's where a lot of twin flames are. They're in that space, and I think that's, once you can understand the boundaries and get to that center part, then you'll be fine. But I think a lot of people, they'll merge with their person, and they can't get past this part. This part is what's bothering them. And it's interesting because I'm over here talking. This might be a separate, I might stop this. I might not pull a card other than this one. Even outside of, before you even came together, when you were separate, as a separate entity within yourself, you still was hurting yourself. You still were hurting yourself because you still had those barbs, or whatever you want to call it, like a barbed wire. You still had that within your own self, divine masculine and divine feminine. We can look at it that way, or within yourself as an individual. You still had these masculine and feminine energies, and as you try to merge them, you still were sticking and hurting yourself. So with the I think for me, where I am, or that's what it seems like to me, we're into this merging part, whereas on occasion we prickle, we stick one another. And let me find what the book says about that relationship. Where is that? Man, yeah, this is turning into a conversation in itself. Where's the book? All right. And that's The Lovers, which is number 6. I'm going to read the whole thing. And this herb is hawthorn. Just so you'll understand, it's hawthorn. And what it says: dance with the beloved. Desire in spring becomes substance in fall. Love blossoms, love wounds, love heals. 2 hawthorn crowns lie on a delicate light green satin cloth. The crown above is covered in small white fragrant flowers. The crown, do it that way. The crown below is full of tiny, bright red berries. The stems of each lead to piercing thorns. Thorns, that's what I was trying to say. The crowns woven together form a Vesica Piscis. The mandorla-shaped space where the reefs overlap is the place where potential lives, where magic, this part right here, where magic is created, where love dwells. Give life to the fruits of divine union. Hawthorn opens the heart and ignites passion. Berries emerge from pollinated flowers, a partnership that feeds the bee and the tree. Relationships based on shared desires lead to sweet rewards. Take only what is yours, only what fills you with joy. If you pick too many berries in the spring, the tree will yield little fruit in the fall. When making a choice, trust your heart. Though the thorns can be menacing, they can also be protective. Where are you in this with your beloved? Where are you? Yeah, I'm going to leave this like this. I never thought that I would be using this that card like that. Interesting. All right, I'll come back after I get this together and do what I really was gonna do. Thank you for stopping by Healing Conversations with Z.